So today I'm here to just give a tiny bit of roundup on the month of July when it comes to the award, and say a little bit about the recent controversial topic that has been going around on Instagram, TikTok, and WhatsApp. So honestly, July has been how do I say it? July has been an eventful month for the B award. Like this July, the BL fandom almost went crazy with all the chaos that was going on. Like starting from the whole coming out of payback, and then the whole shipping of Boss Shogun, and the whole telling of no to break up with Boss so he can get a new pair, and the whole fixed pairing is of the devil and it limits an actor's potential, to Boss and no coming out to defend their actions, defend their fandom, defend basically their right to be a pair and their right to live their private lives. And then we moved on to the whole Justin problem and how GMTV had to let him go, his repost. I don't know what he was thinking, but I refuse to put my mouth there, because that issue caused a serious quarrel between friends on WhatsApp, and it's crazy. Next, we move on to No's repost of AI generated matter containing world leaders with questionable uh should I say ideology? I don't know. But honestly, July has been crazy, guys. July has been a whole ride, a chaotic ride included with a tiny bit of horror in it. So honestly, I'm glad July is over. I don't know about you, but I'm so glad that is over. When I woke up in the morning on August 1st, my first prayer was, God, please let August be one filled with peace and laughter and happiness rather than chaos, fighting, and calling people out. Like, boy, July has been a whole thing, and honestly, I'm glad July is over. I'm just praying that as we're getting into August, let there be lots of happiness, laughter, peace, and joy in the lives of everyone, BL fans and non-BL fans all over the world. Guys, please, let's just pray for peace for the month of August. Okay, so rounding up the month of July, we now moved on to the whole Fford and Yuki ride. So, disclaimer, this whole issue is being litigated in the court of law. So, everything here is alleged, not real, and not confirmed or established fact. It's just the news that is circulating in the BL fandom. And please know that as you're actually following up on this news or this story, most of these translated texts are from Google Translate and Group Translate and Fan Translation. So I've been following the issue, and yesterday Ford finally put out a statement. But first of all, let's actually look into the post made by Yuki. Let's first watch a TikTok video that detailed all the posts Yuki posted first, and let's get an idea of what is going on. I did sound angry here, but basically that was it. I just got one TikTok video only, because I didn't want to like hear people's thoughts. I didn't want to like gather different people's thoughts about it. It would just be too chaotic for me. So this was just enough for me. I just watched this, got a generalized basic idea of what was going on. So basically, Yuki is Ford's ex, who has been going out with him since February 2025, and I think based on the little I've seen, they had this intense relationship. I think theirs was more this intense attraction, this instant chemistry that just takes a hold of you, and then that is a fun emotion. But when it concerns individuals who are either too young or not emotionally mature enough to build up on it, make it grow, nurture it, it tends to combust. I mean, I've seen it. It does tend to combust, and in their case, unfortunately, it combusted terribly. And I said something one day. I said, one thing as a celebrity, one of the biggest mistakes you can make is to date a fan. I don't know if this makes sense, but to me it made sense. Okay, how do I explain it? You're a celebrity, you're popular, and then someone has been watching you, puts you on a pedestal, and has a hero worship for you. But as a celebrity, you're someone who is basically like the love of thousands and maybe even millions of people, right? So you as a celebrity being loved by millions of people, give your attention and love back to those people. It might be a different form of love that's between an idol and his fan, but for sure you still have to give love and attention to the people who are your fans. So you as a fan coming in to see this celebrity and being in a relationship with this celebrity, you still have to understand that as long as he's a celebrity, he's not truly yours alone. I mean, he loves you, you're his person, but honestly, he's not yours alone. You share him with millions of people. It might be to different percentage, it might be to different degree, but you are definitely sharing him. So if you as a fan, you begin feeling insecure of this person because this person is a celebrity and is sharing attention, you might be scared, oh, he's going to see a better person, or he's going to cheat on you, or oh, he's going to abandon you. There's a certain kind of obsession most fans have over their idols that is not very healthy, but we have to admit is there. And if you as a fan is obsessive over this person and then you finally were able to somehow get together with this person, honestly, I don't see it going well. I don't see it going well. Obsession plus celebrity and millions of fans, that sounds like a combo for disaster for me. I don't know if there's any couple who has managed to make it work. Has there been any couple ever who has managed to get together with a fan of theirs who was a bit obsessed with them, loves them too much, became their fan, and they got together with them, and it actually worked out by that fan who is now their spouse or significant other sharing them with millions of fans all over the world? Please, if someone has an example of a successful marriage or relationship like that, I would like to follow up and see how it goes. Please tag me in the comment section. Thank you. So Ford finally released a statement yesterday concerning this because apparently the harassment was getting too much. It was not affecting his family, friends, life. So he had to come out and release a statement. He said at first he didn't want to, but he had to come out because it was now severely affecting his way of life. So let's read Ford's statement and see what he has to say. Hello everyone. Regarding the recent discussions on social media, I have chosen not to speak publicly until now because the case is still before the court and no judgment has been made. I believe it was inappropriate to comment while the legal process was ongoing. However, the situation has now begun affecting my family and the people around me, and I can no longer remain silent. I would like to share what happened from my perspective. It's very important. It all began in February 2025. We met around the middle of the month, started talking, began dating and spent time together, including having meals and going on trips with our close friends. In April 2025, we started having conflict because he accused me of seeing someone else. In reality, that person was only a friend, but he did not believe me. Our relationship began to deteriorate. Although we continued talking, the audio recordings he posted online was likely recorded during this period. The incident occurred when he wanted to go out in Asylum, but I did not want him to go. We argued and I decided to go to the place where he was. When I arrived and could not find him, I became frustrated. I had also been drinking. So when I called and asked where he was, my tone came across the way it did in the recording. I fully acknowledged that my tone and choice of words were inappropriate. I sincerely regretted the way I spoke and apologized for that behavior. I do not intend to use my anger or alcohol as an excuse. After we called a G ride and headed towards the area in front of the 11-7 at Punwati, once the Grab driver left, we started arguing again. He tried to look through my phone, but I refused, and we ended up struggling over it. During the struggle, he threw my phone and some of my belongings out of the car. When I got out to retrieve them, he drove away. At that time, I had no idea he had been injured. Later, he sent me a photo showing redness over his chest, which is the same photo he later posted on social media. At that time, I apologized to him. However, I want to clearly state that the incident involved only a struggle over my phone. I never intended to physically harm him in any way. My apology was for the chaos and conflict that had occurred, not on admission that I assaulted him as alleged. I also firmly maintain that the injuries shown in the picture he posted were not caused by me, and I'm prepared to go through the judicial process in accordance with the law. After that incident, he told me we should break up. At that time, I still cared about him and tried to reconcile. He agreed to continue talking to me, although we continued having arguments, mainly because he remained suspicious of me and tried to control my life, including not wanting me to spend time with my friends. We remained together until September 2025. We arranged to have dinner in Tanglore, but after the meal, we argued again because he suspected me after a friend sent me a disappearing message. He grabbed my phone to look through it, then used my own phone to record a video insulting me and even reply to the disappearing message using my account. I have witnesses to this incident. I tried to take my phone back and another struggle occurred. At no point did I intend to hurt him or cause any injuries. He became angry and insisted that we go to Tanglo police station, which was nearby. I agreed because I wanted the matter to end. At the police station, officers mediated the situation and both of us agreed to sign a written record stating that the matter was settled. Neither party would pursue legal action and would not contact each other again. Wow. The following day, however, he contacted me first. He wanted to talk, apologize, and said he wanted to return my belongings. I simply wanted things to end peacefully, so I spoke with him politely and agreed to meet. He apologized to my mother and promised that he would not harm me or post about me again and said we could remain friends. I also have an audio recording of this conversation. At that point, I forgave him. After he apologized to my mother, we started talking again and tried to make the relationship work, although we still argued from time to time. I was afraid those threats would affect my career and the people around me. At the end of March, I could no longer tolerate the constant insults, threats, and attacks on my family. I asked my manager to speak with him, and he knows that I wanted to end the relationship. The same night, he posted a police summons online. My mom called me to ask what had happened and then contacted him directly. My mom said she wanted to visit his home. He replied, "Do whatever you want." My mom did go, but she never did get inside. My mom had no idea he would secretly take photos of her and later post them online, claiming that someone had come to harass him. After that day, I never contacted him again. Lord have mercy. In April, I received a police summons. I later learned that he had filed a criminal complaint accusing me of assault, including reporting an incident that had already been settled at the police station and documented as resolved. I have reached my limits. Until now, I chose not to respond because I believe the matter was already before the court and that both sides should wait for the court's decision. Senior people had already advised him not to post details about the case on social media. This time, however, I felt I had no choice but to speak because he had continued posting, exaggerating the event, attacking not only my friends but also the people around me. Most recently, he began insulting my parents. My family has suffered greatly from this. My parents have been under immense stress and my father was even hospitalized because of it. I sincerely want this matter to come to an end and I want the court's judgment to determine the truth. From this point forward, I hope the matter would remain within the legal process. Whatever the outcome of the case may be, I am prepared to accept the consequences. I would not respond further because I do not want this situation to escalate. I deeply regret that my personal issue have caused pain and misunderstanding for my family and the people around me who have had to endure criticism and false assumption. I sincerely apologize. Oh my God, like, I know sometimes people don't trust the word of celebrities because they come out and go, "Oh, we apologize," but there's an intention to an apology, and then there's an apology for apology's sake. Disclaimer: I'm not supporting Ford. I don't actually know him. I might have seen his movie, but I don't remember his name. I don't know that was his actual name because I'm not following him on any social media, and mostly I don't follow actors beyond their series. After they're done acting, I move on. I don't know Yuki. I don't know if he has ever acted in another series or anything. So I don't know any of them. So I'm not talking from a place of bias. I'm talking from a neutral point of view. The way Ford structured his apology doesn't sound like someone who feels ashamed of anything. There is everything is well detailed, everything is sincerely laid out, and he's more sad and apologetic to his family for causing them trouble and chaos, and not because he's ashamed because he did anything wrong. And honestly, if you're going to report a case of abuse of a partner, please make sure you come prepared with evidence. I do not support people who gaslight people who have been abused, right? But sometimes the victim is not always the victim. Of course, there are two sides to every story. Even he has acknowledged that he was drunk. And let's not argue it. Alcohol is something that leads people to do terrible things and make terrible decisions. Honestly, being under the influence while having tension or contention with your significant other is a very terrible idea. Most people have resolved to unsavory actions because of alcohol. So he's not excusing himself. He was wrong for drinking and reacting the way he reacted while under the influence. He did not excuse himself. He acknowledged his actions, he accepted it, and he apologized. I love that. Kudos to you for that. And then he apologized to his family. Honestly, we can meet good people, we can meet terrible people. I'm not judging, I don't know them. But if you're going to be dating a celebrity, please be prepared for everything that entails. Many people turn toxic because they could not handle the responsibilities a celebrity has. And you rushing online, his evidence was scratch fingers. I've seen cases of assault and what assault did to people. So I won't judge, right? So all this is alleged and everything is in the court of law. The court of law are handling it, and I like how he did not go overboard to proclaim his innocence, and he did not go overboard to say, oh, I didn't do this or I didn't do that. He acknowledged what he did and he apologized for it. It's mature of him. That is very mature of him. And learning his age and the fact that he was 22, honestly, they are so young. I know many people tend to judge them, many people tend to insult them, many people tend to. But think about it. What decisions were you making at the age of 22? What were you doing? It's not easy. 22 is a young age. It does not excuse you because there are many people who are very mature at 22. But anybody can make mistakes, whether they are actors, average Joes, normal human beings, presidents, head of states, prime ministers, whoever they are. As long as you're human, you can make mistakes. I do not want to insinuate anything, but all I can say is I hope this case gets resolved to the happiness of everyone involved. Like, I just hope so for everyone's sake. So let's read some comments on what fans are saying in relation to this case, because the comments were all over the place. And I think when dramas or issues like this happen, fans actually either take the opportunity to defend you or hate you, throw you down, and basically just make the situation worse because some people thrive on drama. So one comment says, "Why Ford with a crying heart sticker, with a crying face sticker?" And the creator replied, "It's still not confirmed. We still have hope." Another comment said, "If the recording is real, then the things he has done is disgusting." Like, what? The creator also replied, "My baby wasn't confirmed yet," like struggling to defend him. Guys, Ford spoke up, repeat, he spoke up. So that's when he posted the statement. Another comment said, "Guys, on the injuries, Ford Allen said that he didn't abuse him and he's not the cause of that injury." But in the statement, I think maybe because of their struggle and altercation, it resulted in that injury. Another comment said, "I feel bad for Justin when his contract got terminated. Now Ford, JMM, speak up and terminate Ford's contract immediately." Really? In a case that is in the court of law? What are you, the judge, jury? Fans be doing too much. I don't like fans like this, honestly. They make everything worse. Someone's divorce lawyer says, "After the burning son case, I choose to believe the victim until Ford is proven innocent." Very, very smart, Songhwa. But the rain picture for Love in the Air, what is with that? God, I can't believe people are using this picture. She used it as a PFP, but okay. Fun aside, I remember what happened to the guy who acted. What's the name? God, I've forgotten his name, but this thing actually tanked his career. Oh, I wish I could remember the name. Oh, but it tanked his career. If I remember the name, I'm going to list it on the video, put it on the video. Everybody knows him and how this thing affected his career. And he find it hard to bounce back after that whole incident. And he was proven innocent later. Another comment said, "I wish he remained quiet because the lawyers will use his word against him. He admitted to verbal abuse through a recorded audio. What if the argument changes to him refusing other allegations because there is no video or audio? And also, he's never going to confess to doing that because he knows the damage he was supposed to wait until the court because the lawyer will use your statement against you." That's also true. This is just ticking me off. If everything he said is false, he outed and branded that man as an abuser just because he dared to break up with him. For his sake, Yuki better prayed everything he said is true because all my bottom lines have been touched. I don't like people using abuse claims just to hit back at exes. It makes it harder for real victims to get justice. That too. That is so true. And that's why kids, we don't make assumption about anything or anyone. If we don't hear both sides, I don't know who is lying, and guess what? I don't know. Actually, not my monkey, not my circus. So frank. Laura, you're so frank. I like you though. You should. I don't know. I'm watching Yuki side eye now because he's supposed to be so traumatized, but he's covering Ford's song and going to his vent after all this happened. And someone responded, "He's sick in the head." Damn. Fans. This one says, "I hope he drops his evidence because this is crazy." I know. Another fan commented, "Girl, remember I told you the accusation doesn't sound like Ford." and someone say, girl, should I read? Please read. Even though in the end it's not going to be based on us, it's going to be based on the court. But I hope fans out there, please guys, please reserve judgment, reserve the hate until the court actually proves all evidence and come up with a judgment. Please guys. Ford, though I don't know him, sounds like a calm and matured young man who has thought a lot about it, thought a lot about all this, and came out with this statement in order to say his own side of the story. Yuki, though I don't know him, seems like a very intense man who loves and should I say hates in equal portion. I don't know both of them, but that is how they come across. And I don't know what went down in their relationship, because it takes two to tango, not one person. One person cannot be at fault, it takes two. And I don't know what went on between them. I don't know what happened in their relationship, but I hope the BL fandom, the BL world would reserve judgment until actual judgment from actual lawyers, actual judges has been given, right? And if it turns out Ford was wrong, I'm sure his management company would see the right thing is done. And if it turns out Yuki is wrong, then I'm sure appropriate steps will be taken for him to either get treatment or seek rehab, or at least make sure he is properly separated from his ex. Like it has been a crazy July, guys. It has been a crazy July. I feel sorry. How do I say it? I feel like lots of careers were uh destroyed in July. Some were deserved, others I don't know. I don't judge. I don't say anything because honestly, I'm not there. I don't know what is going on in the heads of this individual, and I don't know what is going on in their life and their world. So I tend not to judge. But guys, let us pray that as we are getting into August, this August will be one filled with calm, peace, and happiness for the BL fandom. Let us pray for our faves. Let us pray for our BL actors, our faves, everything. Let us just pray that God, no more chaos in August 2026, because I have no idea what is happening. Anyway, this case is very interesting. And Yuki, I hope you were not lying. I just hope he was not lying, because, like the commenter said, it will be hard for real victims to get justice if false accusers keep coming out with false accusations just to take down a celebrity X that they want to destroy or have beef with. Guys, please stop doing that, please, and thank you. Anyway, I'll be following up on this case because I'm curious how it ends. We've come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching to the end, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Sayonara.